So, this game is to celebrate the 30th anniversary of one of the most important video games ever. You know, I'm not even 24 yet, and just thinking about that makes me feel old.
It's hard to believe that we have finally got to that point where video game icons are having 30th anniversaries. And in Nintendo's case, or more specifically Mario, this is the 3rd anniversary they've had in the last 5 years. The first one was for the 25th anniversary of Super Mario Bros., where they released Super Mario All-Stars for the Wii. Not bad, but not really exciting either, and child's play when you compare it to the 30th. The next one was the year Luigi to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Luigi's debut. And oh my, if you're like me, it was a great year to be a Luigi fan. New Super Luigi U, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, and Dr. Luigi. Need I say more Luigi? Oh my god, so much Luigi. Now we're on to the 30th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. Like I said, this year blows the 25th one right out of the water. But a little rewind. If you're like me, you probably felt that New Super Mario Bros. 2 and U were titles that just weren't needed. In fact, at this point, I haven't even finished U because it's so similar to the Wii version. For me, they felt like glorified expansion packs with no identity. At least with Luigi U, it was changed up enough for it to feel like its own thing. They're not bad games, just too similar, I guess. So, I'm sure like many of you, I didn't think twice about Super Mario Maker when it was announced. Hell, when I first saw it, I figured at most it was going to be a download title for $10 to $20. It looked like a simple level maker. Nothing major or something I'd be really interested in, but it could be cool for those who are into that kind of stuff. At first, I figured the ways you could create would be restricted to each game involved. But over time, this game started to grow with new ideas. Then they started showing elements being mixed and matched together from all 4 games. That's when I knew this was going to be the 2D Mario game to end all 2D Mario games. So when you reach the title screen, you'll immediately notice that you can just start playing the level presented to you right then and there, as well as do other little things like add enemies and move Mario around. It also does this cool Mario Paint nod where if you click on the letters, it does goofy little things. In fact, there's a lot of Mario Paint references. They even included a fly game as a bonus. For someone who spent hours just on that minigame, I must say thank you, Nintendo, because that's pretty awesome. But the title screen in general, I thought was actually pretty cool, and it kind of made me think. Super Mario Bros. Is just that natural to players now that you can turn it into a title screen and it'll work. To hell with the game, the title screen is all you need. The sad part is, there's probably some dickhead out there that'll actually feel that way. So you can jump in and play levels, or you can go straight to creating. I myself started creating because, it's Mario Maker, why the hell wouldn't I? But as soon as I did, I quickly noticed that I only had the bare essentials to play with. Well, I thought then and there, why the hell would I even bother now? Because I soon found out that you have to play for a few minutes every day for 9 days to get everything. It's stupid! Huh? You can bypass the 9 days by changing the days on my system. Oh, for fuck's sake. See, this is why you don't write a script 2 weeks before you can even gain access to the game. You fucking overlook shit like this. But even then, just out of principle, why the hell would Nintendo do this? To give a sense of progression? Or like most people are thinking to ease the player in, which I could understand, but what's there to ease into? This game is probably the most user-friendly thing I've ever seen. You pick an item, you place it. Or, wait, just check this one out. You shake it to change it into its alternative, then you place it. That's the gist of creator mode. If you need to be eased into that because all the choices overwhelm you, then oh my god. Good luck trying to play a level, because you'll have a nervous breakdown doing so. But if that was the reason why, then does Nintendo think I have the mentality of a 2-year-old where they need to hold my hand through it? Because I'd be dumb enough to do something like suck and choke on my wee-wee? Mo? I know this is major nitpicking for something so minor, but it's for the sake of comedy, so.
Suck my...
Son of a... Oh my... Oh, you just can't win with this joke. But realistically, this would have been my only real issue with the game if you couldn't override it. And like I said, it's minor. And in 9 days, I would have been enjoying myself anyway, because there's so much you can do in creator mode. So much so that I'd be here forever trying to tell you, so I'm just gonna put it this way. Outside of a few things, you can do what you want. You want Lakitu throwing mushrooms or coins at you? Have at it. Want to put a chain chomp in a Cloud or Koopa Clown car and chase you? Have at it. Want to mix elements from all 4 games to make one of the cruelest levels in existence? Well, as long as you can beat it yourself, then go for it. I hate you in advance, fuck you. Now, that's not to say that it's all old elements mashed together, as there's a few new ideas. The first is the Mystery Mushroom, and what a simple and brilliant way to use Amiibo support. This mushroom allows you to turn into the Amiibo you scanned in, but the best part is that you don't need an Amiibo to use them to unlock them, as you can do so by playing the 100-man Mario mode. Now, that's just cosmetic. The next one is a game changer, and again, it's so simple and it makes you wonder why we haven't seen it until now, but my god, it's brilliant! Being able to wear a shell as a helmet lets you create and tackle levels in a way that not even 3D Mario has done before.
I mean, this new power is simply the equivalent of doing this. But it's amazing to think what you can do with just one little fucking power.
Lastly, they added a whole sound effects and animation aspect, which you can add to liven up your levels, and it's just as easy as adding actual level parts. It's something that didn't have to happen, but it adds just a bit more polish to this game, and I appreciate that. But there was one thing that made me kind of wonder, and that was being able to add a 3-second voice clip. The first thing that came to mind when this game was announced was how many vulgar levels there was going to be. Don't tell me people weren't going to be creative and finding ways to try and insult you. Then they add something where they can say whatever they want for 3 seconds? That would have been interesting. There's been many times where a game has told me to go fuck myself, but not literally. Luckily, Nintendo did have some foresight as the voice clip option doesn't work online. Now it's time to actually start playing these levels. You obviously have an option to pick and play levels from the people who've uploaded, which you can rate them after you finish a level. It's kind of like how you like a video on YouTube. The more stars the creator gets, the more popular they'll become, which allows them to upload more than 10 levels the game allows them at first. The other way to play is the 10-man or 100-man Mario mode. These modes picks levels at random, and the challenge is to finish 8 of them in a row within the given life count. I find this mode to be a really good idea, not just because it lets you keep playing levels constantly, not to mention it gives coins and lives an actual purpose, but because it gives some of the less popular levels a chance. Mix this with the standard level select and you have a system that weeds out the good from bad, but doesn't let the potentially great levels fall into obscurity either. It amazes me just how creative some people are though. Some people have turned Mario into completely different games. There was a Metroid style level, which chances are you've already seen it. There was plenty of space shooter levels, I even saw a bowling stage. Now that's creative. They even turned that stupid Flappy Bird game into a level. So many possibilities, but I'm sure some people are probably wondering, did this game get old fast? My answer is yes and no. Yes as in you'll probably slow down after a couple weeks once you get your fill, but it's also no because this game banks on replayability. You might not play for hours on end like you did at the beginning, but I know this is going to be a game you'll turn on every day, or every couple of days to see what's been added, as it'll be a new experience every time. That's the beauty of these types of games. It also helps that this game doesn't take long to load or download levels. If it did, well then I could have seen people getting tired of this game real quickly.
The only thing I can really think of that kinda got annoying was getting used to some of the new mechanics. For example, when you pick up an item in Super Mario World, unless it's a shell, Mario doesn't kick it. But in this game he does, and there's been a couple times where I'll kick something important like a P-switch into a hole and essentially screw myself. In normal play, it's not that big of a deal, but when you're playing 100-man Mario mode, it's frustrating with a capital F-thing F! Especially when you're playing an expert and you're low on life. God damn you! Well, might as well just kill myself.
Super Mario Maker was a game that originally no one cared about when it was first announced. Now it almost feels like it's a definitive 2D Mario game. You know at this point, if they ever go back to 2D Mario, it's gotta be nothing short of perfection to top this one. Which, honestly, that's what makes me excited more than anything else. But in the meantime, this is one game I know I will not be putting down for a long time. You guys have a good day, or night, or whenever you watch this. I'm out of here, get out of my room so I can play.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome. But it's time to do some promoting. But not for me, but for these guys. Irish Hitman TV and Power Chord. Both are new channels that are doing some pretty interesting things within our hobby. So if you even somewhat like my content, then check these guys out for their pretty sick Let's Plays and montages. But anyway, we're getting close to that time of year. Halloween's coming upon us. Get ready, because you're in for quite the treat. We'll see you then.